Hello everyone. I just bought a STEELDIVE SD1996 for £88 in the AliExpress sale. So let's open the package and have a look. I've been looking at the original Seiko SKX007. Some of the ones I've seen for sale seem to have an uncertain identity. I don't want to pay over the odds for something that's not even a genuine Seiko. So I decided to go for this rather nice STEELDIVE instead. I guess that definitely means it's not a genuine Seiko. But it has the Seiko NH35 movement inside and a decent sapphire crystal. So what's in the package? That was the link removal tool, and we've got the paperwork there. So just put that to one side and start to remove this packaging. It looks like the standard bubble wrap, and then you've got the heavy duty plastic bag. It's actually quite difficult to open. There you go. And slide it out and have a look. Uh-oh, looks like we've got the dreaded plastic wrap. I'll have to come back to you in about 10 minutes. I usually use a pair of scissors to get it off, but it's actually quite difficult while trying to avoid causing any scratches. And here it is, looking good. I must say I'm pleasantly surprised with the fit and finish, with its ceramic bezel and sapphire crystal, and that dial looks just spot on, with really nicely done indices and the and quality looking handset. The polishing and brushing to the case look really nice as well. And the bracelet is a mix of high polished and brushed stainless steel with solid links, and the end links are hollow, I think. Even though the end links are hollow, they look to be really well fitted and are nice and flush to the case. And as with all STEELDIVEs, the loom is incredibly bright. I'll show some pictures at the end. Okay, let's give it a quick once over and check out the case back. Here's the clasp. It works pretty nicely. Nice smooth action, and it's actually milled rather than just pressed. And there's the rather nice case back. Just take off that protective film so you can have a closer look. It's a STEELDIVE logo based on scuba dive equipment. I think it's been laser etched, so it's a very crisp mixture of matte and polished stainless steel. And there's a close-up of the crown, which is signed as well with the logo, which is a nice touch, and the high polished sides. And there's a coin edge bezel, and then the other side's equally high polished. It looks to be very nicely finished, especially for this price range. And there's another view of the end links, which are really nicely fitted. I guess you have to be a bit careful with your fingerprints, because all those polished surfaces are really going to show up any fingerprints, but it looks really nice. The bracelet's got quite a good flex in it, so it should be pretty comfortable, although I have noticed a few hair nipping moments. There's plenty of micro adjust there on the extra holes on the bracelet. Another look at the milled clasp. All looks to be nicely made. Nice little touch having the STEELDIVE name on the clasp itself. Another look at the flexibility on that bracelet. Those crown protectors do make it a little bit difficult to wind or adjust the time. That's one difference over the original, is that you can actually hand wind and hack for the second hand, which I think is a real advantage. Let's check out the bezel action. That's a really nice firm action on there, and a nice loud click. But will it line up? Yes, it's spot on. The original had a day-date complication, but I think I prefer this version with just the date. It looks a bit simpler on the dial. This is how many links I took out for my 7.2-inch wrist to make it fit. So there's plenty of adjustment potential for large and small wrists alike. Let's check out the size. First of all, we've got the case width. Looks like it's 42mm. Now let's look at the case depth. Got to be a bit careful because these things are quite sharp, but it looks like it's 14mm deep. Now let's check out the lug-to-lug measurement. Again, I'm being really careful not to scratch it because these things are really quite sharp on the edge. Looks like it's going to come out to about 51 mil. How about the strap width? What does that come out at? So I think it's going to be about 22 mil. Yeah, 22, so that's plenty of scope for other straps if you want to change it over. What about the actual bracelet width itself? What does that come out to? Looks like that's 22, unsurprisingly. It tapers down to something a bit less, 17.8 mil. Okay, let's take it outside and see how it looks in the sunlight. All those polished surfaces are really catching the light nicely. I'm not sure if it's got any anti-reflective coating on it, but I mean it's very clear and you can see it with no problem at all. It's actually extremely comfortable on the wrist because it's not quite as big as some of my other watches. That slightly less weight really makes a difference to me, and the multi-link bracelet really shapes to your wrist. Okay, let's check out the lume. As expected from STEELDIVE, that's really bright. It's brighter than it looks here. So first impressions, I'm really pleased with it. It's really well made and great value for money. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.